Howdy. Now, I know you all must be excited because you've all been going, hey Seth, where are the devlogs? Why don't we have the devlogs now? When are you going to give us the devlogs? So please, the devlogs. So we'll just hook right into it. So what we're going to be working on is a kind of Dungeons and Dragon-esque map maker for basically a region or a country. I want it so that the user can kind of just put down different basic shaped cities. Like you got your octagons, your pentagons, your hexagons, and your squares. And I want them to be able to change the city and the density inside those cities dynamically with the use of some shaders here and there. That's going to be in the distant future though. So we're just going to start here in the beginning. So I started with working out the code for placing down a city and lifting a few assets off of Google Images. So to do this, I needed to make it so that where the mouse is pointing relative to the camera, it'll place the button there. Whipped up a few buttons to put in just the general UI so that now we can use 3 different lifted Google image cities to place down. Once you look at this, bloody beautiful. So then I made up an array that will store each city, and then the buttons will then point to the location in the array that that city is sitting in. And then bingo, bango, bongo, we've got city selection. But when I click these buttons here, let's place them down a city, we can't have that. So after an hour of extensive Googling, I managed to make it so that when you click on something that's in the UI layer, you don't place down a city. And look at that, it's working like a treat, bloody beautiful. But then I wanted to do the same thing with the cities, and I thought, oh, just add them all to a city layer. Easy peasy, right? But it wasn't so lemon squeezy. That didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. I still don't know. So I fucked around for another hour, and I ended up finding out you just add a collider to the cities when they're placed. You click on a collider, you just don't place anything. And then I added a new if statement to the update method, so that every time the city is right-clicked, it's gone. So now after figuring out mass destruction, I decided I needed a deselect button. So I started working on that, created it, looking real nice. Then I just created a whole new script to dedicate to this deselect and reselect button. And it was basically just turn off the component, piece of piss. Then I thought, no, deselect, how about back? And now we've got this all new menu featuring a whole range of different things like a place city button. Give that bad boy a click and you go, oh, city 1, 2, 3, and back. Which is working like a treat, boys. Now it's time to address the elephant in the room. This little thing here. This little pest that's been sitting in the corner. What is it? Well, it's to resize the cities, of course. But I was focusing too much on making it appear and disappear when you click on the city. I couldn't sort that out. Beyond me. But I decided I better change my focus and start working on its functionality instead. So now, made up this little script here, this method, scale up, bloody, click that up button now, it's a bit bigger. And then, hold on to your seats, you got this one down here, scale down, click down button, she goes down. But, you may be noticing a bit of a problem here. Every time that you scale her up or down, the UI moves too. You got the UI scaling with it, we don't want that. Because if you make it down real small like this, you just can't see the bloody UI. You can't go up or down. So, what I did to counteract this, I created a new empty object, laced the city and the UI in that. So now, when you click the up and down, you're just moving the bloody city. But oh no, now we got the new problem. Scale her up too much, she's overtaken the UI. Don't worry, your boy's got a plan to counteract this one. Every time you press the scale up button, UI just jumps by 0.2 over. Never happens again, it's bloody perfect. When you scale it down, jumps 0.2 the opposite direction. Problem solved. Now the next thing I had to do to just get all the basics down. Some bloody camera controls. So after a bit of Googling and lifting from a few YouTube videos, I managed to get it so that you can drag the camera around the map and use the bloody little scroll wheel. And you use the bloody little scroll wheel. You can zoom in and out. She's bloody perfect. That's about all I've got done for this episode, but you stay tuned. We'll see what improvements we can make next time.